Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. In this particular video I'll show you how to call this trendy bubu style. So if you're interested, please stay with me to the end of the video. Okay guys, I'm going to be making this bubu with my fabric. So I folded my fabric, and this a 2 yard fabric. Okay, so I folded it into 4 places, so just like this. So fold it into two, one, two, and then that. So I'm going to be cutting the front and back all at once. Okay, so this is the black crepe fabric I'm going to be using for this. The front is a bit shiny. All right, so I'm getting my shoulder line now. So this is my shoulder line or top line, or whichever one you know it as. So that is going to be my base for shoulder measurement. So what I'm taking right now is my shoulder measurement. So my shoulder is 16-inch divided by 2, and that gives me 8-inch. And then I've marked it and also marking my neckline, which is 3-inch, and I'm coming down by 1.5. Okay, so the depth I'm going in is 1.5, not 1 inch. Okay, right, so I'm going to curve it now. So the width is 3-inch, the depth is 1.5. I'm going to use a curve to curve this because usually curves gives me a very nice and French curves gives me a really nice curve, so I prefer using it. So from my shoulder point, I'm going to measure out the remaining fabric there, and what I have now is 9.5. I'm going to use that as my sleeve. I think that is enough for me. So I will come down by 9-inch for my sleeve depth. You can go on as far as 9-inch or 10-inch depending on how wide you want it, or if the person is on the large side. So I came in by 3-inch. So as I came down by 9-inch, I came in by 3-inch. Okay, remember this is a bubu gown. Okay, you're not actually sewing it like the normal sleeve. We are attaching the sleeve together. I'm cutting everything together. So right now from my shoulder line, I'm taking my hip measurements. That is from my shoulder to hip measurements, and what I have here is 22. So the best way to do that, in case you are confused, is take your half cut measurement and then add it plus 8-inch. So that will give you an accurate from shoulder to hip line measurement. So right now I'm applying my hip measurement divided by 4. I've marked it, and I'm going to go out from that particular point I marked. I'm going to come out by 5.5 inch. Okay, so that's how big I want my bubu to be. Okay, so I'm going to connect it exactly to this armhole curve. So mind you, this is the armhole curve. This 3-inch I moved in is the armhole curve I have for this bubu. So I'm going to connect it to that place. Okay, so I haven't connected it. This roller has a way of end up as if it's eating my chalk instead of it actually chalking what I want. So the next measurement I'll go for right now is for my full length, the full dress length. So the full dress length, I'm going to add my hemming to it. I'm going to add extra 2.5 hemming allowance to that. So I have 37 as my full dress length. I'm going to be adding extra 2.5 to that. So that is exactly what I'm marking right now. So I'll make sure that I mark it very well, and I'm going to rule a straight line to connect it. So when I connect it, after that I'm going to take the measurement from my hip. Okay, so my hip measurement plus the 5.5 inch, I'm going to take it and go on to apply it on that same hem line. Okay, so you can see I'm applying it. Okay, so after I apply it, I'm going to connect it together. Okay, so I have to use this trick so I'll be able to actually rule from this roller. Okay, so like this, now I want to get a shoulder slant for this particular bubu, so it will have that nice shoulder fitting. Okay, it will have that nice shoulder fitting. So I'm going to come down by 1 inch and slant it. Okay, so it will just have a nice fit. So I'm shoulder slanting. Okay, I'm shoulder slanting, I slanted by 1 inch. So I think I'm okay right now with what I have. So I'll go on and don't forget to curve the armhole point. Don't forget to curve because that place is going to help. So I'll go on now and cut it out. So yes, curve it. Don't let it just be sharp. Curve it. It makes it look kind of beautiful or something. Yeah. So you can see exactly how I'm cutting this. So just follow it exactly like that and it will come out just fine. Okay. So from the 5.5 I added on the hip line, already I have my seam added to it. So I'm going to be using 1 inch for my seam. So the main thing I ended up adding is 4.5. So I hope you understand that. So I'm cutting exactly everything out step by step. So I'm done with the cutting, and as you can see, our bubu cutting is ready already. As simple as this. So this particular neck, I'm going to separate this fabric so that I can go on and apply what I want on the front side. Okay, so now on the front side, which is right here, I've taken 8 inch down for my neck depth. Okay, the actual neck depth I want 8 inch. I'm going to move in by 1 inch because of the kind of neckline I want to apply. I'm going to move in by 1 inch and connect it to the 3 inch width line, so to make it wide by 3 inch. I hope you understand. So I'm cutting it out. Okay, so this is for the front. Okay, so that is a very good way to get this kind of neckline. So you can see the outcome of it. So instead of actually having that V look, it's as if a bit, should I call it four corner kind of V. So this my wonderful crepe fabric, it's a bit shiny on the front side. Yeah, I really love the outcome of the crepe. It's a very simple crepe and I love it. So that is what I'm using for this. So I'm going to use it now, but before that I'm going to join the shoulders. Okay, so I'll join my front and back together and I'll join my shoulders. So I'm going to join it by 1/2 inch, just 1/2 inch. That's what I'm going to join my shoulders with. So that will help me. After joining the shoulders, I can now come over and take the circumference of my neck so that I will know how to cut out my band for the neck. Okay, so I'll just go on and join it already. Make sure it's well matched, everything is in place. Okay, because if it is not, it might end up confusing you to get the actual neckline. So after joining it, so this is how it looks. So I'm going to end up, this is the front view because I want you to see it clearly. So I'm going to end up getting the circumference of the neck, excluding the part that is squared. So I'm going to be stopping on this exact point. Okay, so this point is where I'm going to stop. So I'm going to take the circumference excluding that point. Oh, okay, so right now the band I've cut out is 4.5 inch. So I'm going to fold it in because I want this particular band to have like 2 inch after joining. So I want it to be that full 2 inch left. So on this particular fabric, I'm not going to actually iron it with anything because it's crepe and it's flexible. It's just soft and okay. So it's relaxing already. So this particular point now you're seeing, I've pinned everything so you can see clearly. Okay, so this is exactly how I'm going to sew it. Just like this, I'm sewing it round. So later to turn it inwards. So I finished stitching it and this is the outcome. Okay, so normally I would have top stitched this inner side, but I don't want to top stitch it. I love the front view of this. I feel like top stitching will make it a bit, I don't know, sometimes I just don't like the idea of top stitching. So I like it this way. So I'll just go on and just whip it. Okay, later I'll take it for the whipping. So I think I'm okay with it the way it is. Okay, so I've turned the band now. You can see the exact point is stopped. The stitching stopped on that point on that same point, so you're not supposed to exclude there. Okay, so you can see from my crepe the way I've been able to I marked the lines of how I want to make my curve on this crepe, and also added the half inch allowance to it, half inch seam to it, because that is how I'm going to fold it. So I'm going ahead and cut it out now. So that half inch is the one I'm folding in when I'm stitching. So you can see the outcome already. So this will help you to get a more neater work. Okay, your work will come out more neat. So but before you do that, make sure you take the midpoint of the fabric to match exactly with the point of the neck. Okay, so I'm going to move this inwards now and pin it down. Don't forget that when you want to stitch, you're going to stitch on top of that, and you are going to stitch making sure that it is on the remaining part of the fabric, that is the Ankara, the one below. So that's why I have to mark it now, so that you will see and understand clearly when you are stitching. Okay, so I'm going to be stitching on top like that. So once I stitch like that, it will cover up, it will join everything together. So I've gone ahead to pin it, and after this pinning now, the next thing I'll do is to hem my sleeve and also hem the down part. So after hemming it, the next thing I'm going to do, and I've also joined my style, as you can see, I've also joined it. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to create my pockets. Okay, I want side pockets for this. Okay, very simple pockets for Bubu. So from the point of my waistline, from that waistline exactly, I'm going to go up by 5 inch. Okay, I'm going up by 5 inch. I've already wrote that before I turned on my video. So the pocket, I've cut the pocket to be 7 inch wide. So from the point of the 5 inch, you can see already the way it's marked. So this is exactly how wide the pocket is going to be. Remember that 7 inch has the sewing allowance attached to it, so I might end up taking in 1 inch while joining it, so I'll be left with 6 inch at the end. So don't forget that. So I'm going to do the same on this other side too. Okay, so and don't forget now, I'll chalk from my sleeve point. I'm just going to go in by ½ inch on the sleeve, just ½ inch. I don't want it on 1 inch, I want it ½ inch. Then curve it down by 1 inch to stop there where I want my pocket, not hitting the line yet. I'll just stitch it down like that, not hit the line, so it won't affect the pocket. So guys, this particular pocket here is a very simple one, very simple dress pocket or skirt pocket, whichever one. So right now I'm going to notch this pocket first of all, notch the lines for the pocket so I won't be confused when I want to start sewing. So after notching it, I've been able to join it together and equally sewed my pocket. I've sewed my stylish design on the front, and equally I've notched the armhole point, so notch it so it can be flexible and relaxed. Yeah, don't forget that part. Okay, so that is it. So exactly, see, my pocket is ready. So in case you want to learn, this pocket is a very easy one. You can check my video on the description box and you see how I made that pocket. Is there in one of my videos, and you're going to learn just it. Okay, so but I believe you're ready now to make it anyway. It's a very simple pocket for dress. So guys, this is the end of the video and I hope you enjoyed it. So here I am rocking my dress. I really love this dress. When I saw it, I fell in love with it. I was like, I really don't like Bubus because to me they look too big, but I like this one, so I gave it a try. So I hope it looks nice on me, and if you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to give me a subscribe, hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, comment, and equally share. I really appreciate. But the most important one for me right now is hitting the subscribe button. Not just hitting the subscribe button, but turning on your notification bell. That one means a lot, so you always get updates from me. Thanks, bye.